Happy December. I'm Janine. Thanks for watching. This is going to be a pretty quick video because I didn't make much in November and I didn't buy much in November and I don't have much planned for December. But I did get a couple of things done. The first thing that I made is the Ponte skirt that I'm wearing today. The pattern is McCalls 7331. This is a Nancy Zeman pattern for knits. The instructions were really good. She explains all of the terminology very well, and it's a simple, fun skirt to put together. I made the skirt out of this Ponte. It's front yoke, back yoke, front and back, elastic waist. Ponte is perfect for this pattern. It's the right weight. It's got enough stretch, but great recovery that you can wear it all day. I lengthened the skirt by 3 inches and I made a smaller size this time. Last time I made this, I made a 20 and I wound up taking off some on the hips. This time I made an 18 and I still took some off the hips. Thank you, Naturally Slim, for helping me to lose some weight. But more than that, I'm starting to see that I'm making things that are too big. So I'm really happy with the fit and I'm really happy with this skirt. The fabric I used is a Ponte from Fabric Mart that I bought earlier this year. It's a great weight. I will buy this Ponte again. It's just hard to find it in colors that kind of aren't too out there. This blue is pretty saturated. It was called a Yale blue, but it's wearable. I'm actually wearing the skirt with the Blackwood cardigan that I made a couple months ago, and I bought this sweater knit at the same time I bought the skirt fabric, and I think they go pretty well together. Great for this time of year because I can wear this with tights and boots or kind of clunky shoes and be very comfortable at work. The second thing I made this month is McCalls 9360. This is a woven Henley. I made this version here, which actually has full-length sleeves. It's the mid-length, and it's got an open placket with no closures. Online, McCalls says this pattern has French darts, and it does not. It's got regular bust darts. This has a back yoke. It has tabs so you can roll up the sleeves. But the biggest thing about this pattern is the front placket. So I cut an 18 and all I did was drop the bust point about an inch, so I moved the dart down, and then I added a little bit to the seam allowance on the front of the bust area only, and that worked as well as any FBA. At least I think it did, judged by the pictures. The one thing about this top is the placket. It's designed to be open without any closures, but honestly, it came like to here on me, and there was a time when I would have worn that, but that time is long past. So I wound up adding just 2 buttons onto it. I didn't want buttons all the way to the top because I will never close them, and I found some fun sparkly buttons to add just because it's, you know, it's that time of year when you want to wear something sparkly. Surprisingly, people at work were all very excited by the buttons, so I guess that was a good choice. That's all I made for me, but I made a couple of things for the house. We had people come for Thanksgiving, and last year I was introduced to the 10-minute table runner, so I made it a couple of times, including the Christmas one that's there. Decided to make another version for Thanksgiving, so I picked up some Thanksgiving fabric at Hobby Lobby and made the 10-minute table runner using Insole Bright so that this could be a hot pad on our Thanksgiving table. I want to show you my really nice pattern matching. I did a really lovely job on this. I'm so proud of it. It's the problem using these plaids. It's impossible to match, and I didn't even really think about it. And let me tell you, if you make this in 10 minutes, you're not going to be matching your plaids. But I was happy with this. I thought it looked, I'm going to show a picture of it on the table. I thought it looked really nice and served double duty as the hot pad. The other thing that I made was little gifts for our guests, and I saw this online. I think it was Bernina, I'm not sure. I'm going to post the information here, but it's personalized napkins. And the fabric I used was a yarn dyed, is it yarn dyed? It was from Art Gallery. It's the same fabric that they list in the instructions. And in the instructions, they teach you how to do a mitered corner, which I thought was great information to have. So you just miter the corners, you do some decorative stitching, and I used various stitches that they recommended and different thread colors. Then I also purchased a panel of the alphabet, same one they suggested, and you just cut out the alphabet letters for the people that you're making the napkins for, fussy cut them, stitch them on. It actually made a really cute little gift. And the alphabet panel that I purchased, which I'm going to post here as well, comes with a whole bunch of letters. So you can do many, many napkins, or if you wanted to do bunting or a mantle scarf or something and say Happy Christmas or Happy New Year, Merry Christmas, whatever, you could do that. But it was a fun little project. It's another one of those ones that takes some time. It's good when you're doing something else and you want to sew, but you don't necessarily want to make a garment. It was a fun thing to make. And I will certainly be making more of these. They'll probably wind up in somebody's Mother's Day gift or something. That's what I made. That's it. 4 weeks. Don't really have any excuse, except I'm now in month 12 of the Ready to Wear fast, and I think I'm getting a little bit burned out. But there's going to be a whole long video and a blog post about that in a couple of weeks, so I won't go there now. So what do I have planned for December? The first thing I had planned is a Christmas gift for my mom, and I finished that last night. Thank you very much. It's a Blackwood cardigan in gray merino wool. So that's finished and it's upstairs. It just has to be packed. What I bought is, first of all, on Black Friday, I went to Joann with my friends who were visiting. One of my friends who was visiting had not sewed in 30 years. Honest to God, this is a true story. She hadn't sewed in 30 years. When she came over on Wednesday, we went through my closet. She saw my Lodo dress and she liked it so much. She tried it on and she said, I want to make that dress to wear to dinner tomorrow night. So we shopped my stash. She found a piece of fabric. She made the dress. She wore it on Thursday. And on Friday, we went to Joann for Black Friday. I was so excited that she sewed because I've been trying to gently convince her for quite a while, and I didn't even have to push her too hard to get her over the edge. So anyway, what I bought when we were at Joann is I bought this piece of quilted velvet. And what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to make a vest. The pattern I'm going to use is Simplicity 1499. And this pattern is actually designed for pre-quilted fabrics. So all you have to do is add binding, seam binding, to finish off the pockets and things like that, and a zipper, and that's it. It's very fast. I made this last year out of a buffalo plaid in a flannel, and it was really cute. I really liked it. So I want to do the same thing with this. Problem is, as you can see, this does not have the nice lining, and I don't necessarily want this to be the inside of my vest. So I picked up 2 different fabrics to possibly use to interline and also to make binding for Hong Kong seam finishes. So I bought this, and then the only other little thing I bought there is, yeah, I know, I'm like a child. I had to buy the doodle cotton jersey, the kids stuff, and this is penguins. I'm going to make a t-shirt out of this. It's not particularly durable, but it's just fun to have something for the holidays. I picked up another piece of fabric and that is also cotton jersey. I don't know what this is. This was from Hobby Lobby. I've used the same fabric for a t-shirt before in a different color, and I really liked it. And this goes with the stretch velvet. So I've got these two, the stretch velvet. Then on Sunday, Topstitch Studio Lounge, which I think is the best sewing store in Atlanta, best independent store, best store. They had a special member morning for members of the American Sewing Guild. So they had pastries, coffee, and a discount for us. So I did a little shopping there. Not a lot, but a little bit. I bought the wool that I needed for my mom's Blackwood cardigan. Then I picked up 2 odd lots that I'm going to use to finish other projects. One was rayon that I bought to interline that velvet, quilted velvet. The other one is a cotton that I bought to make binding to do the Hong Kong finish on my plaid parka. Then I picked up a pattern. I got the Sew House 7 toaster sweater. This is all over the internet right now. And I really like it because I like the polo neck, and apparently it's super fast to put together. I do need some sweaters. I don't have much in the way of warm weather gear anymore. I got rid of a lot of my clothes 3 years ago, and I need things like this, and this is supposed to be very fast to make. But I do have fabric in my stash, so I bought the Sew House 7 toaster sweater. It will be posted on Instagram. Then I picked up a bunch of fun little things because I'm going to have a little holiday thing with some ASG friends. So I bought some stuff that will probably wind up in their bags. Some of it might just wind up staying here in my house. Like the very first thing I bought, which is a do not disturb sign for my sewing room. Unfortunately, the cat can't read. I tested this out last night and she still came barging in. So, do not disturb, I'm sewing. This came in a package with 2 of them. So if you know anybody who you would like to buy a little gift for. Then other things from the same company, which is Crafted Moon. These are pocket mirrors. I'd rather be sewing. Seam ripper. This is my favorite. Whatever. I need to keep this one and put it on my desk at work. Then I got a little pin for someone, a seamstress pin. It's like your badge if you're the queen seamstress. And these little pre-printed labels. This is the back. I do have my own labels from Dutch Label Shop, but I thought this was fun. It can go on this skirt. And I picked up some glass-headed pins and things like that. So, what am I going to make? I'm going to make the quilt. Well, I have to get Christmas done first, okay? I have to get Christmas done first. Got my mom's sweater, and that's probably the only thing I'm sewing for people and shipping to Canada. So that's done. Then I bought this fleece from fabric.com. It's sleep masks, and I'm thinking I'll make sleep masks with this for people at work. But honestly, I thought this was cotton. I did not read the description, so I may not use this. I've got other fabric I can use. But there will be sleep masks for people at work. I've got a little thing there next week, so I have to get those done. Then I have these 2 fabrics for t-shirts, and I will likely I'll use a deer and doe plantain for one, and I'll use the grain line lark for the other. What's the difference between the 2 t-shirt patterns? Deer and doe plantain is a free downloadable pattern. It's my personal favorite. It's got a scoop neck and it's slightly elliptical shaped. I've made 7 of them, I think. I've added flourishes to the sleeves. I've made 3/4 length sleeves, short sleeves. But I do like that one. Grain line lark, on the other hand, has more variations for the neck and it's straighter. However, I saw one the other day and they had added slits in the side, so I'm thinking that I'll make another attempt at the grain line lark. I just found it was a little bit too straight for me. Maybe it was the fabric I used, but I'm going to do 1 grain line lark and 1 deer and doe plantain. And the other thing I'm going to do when I do the t-shirt is I'm going to add a back facing to the t-shirt. This is something I learned at a class last year, and a number of people in my ASG chapter want to know how to do it. So I'm going to make a video just on that. It's a very fast addition to a pattern, but if you're making tops as gifts, it really brings them to a whole other level. So I'm going to be doing that this month. Then I have to work on my parka because we are in our 2 months of cold weather. I have that, and I still have to make the pink jersey top. But once I get through the crazy stuff, which is this weekend and next weekend, then I'll have plenty of time to sew. And I will be adding these other videos. So that's it. Wasn't a very exciting month. I'll be checking in with you in a couple of weeks. Thanks for watching. I appreciate your comments and those of you who subscribed. I'll see you soon.